See, that's why grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and then take stuff away from you.
Oh, really, Mr. Lestrade? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm?
What? Oh my, surely you were given that. Yeah, the deal let me keep it after I looked daggers at him for long enough. He went through the pockets and then said, "Go on then, have it," before telling me to scarp up. Always pays off giving people a look like you ate them. I can't help feeling I was going to get you into serious trouble one day. What I really wanted was that nice shiny disc mine. The music box disc? But Mr. Winterbank said it was practically worthless. I think I'm going to go and have another bash. Give him a long art stare.
I think not, Mrs. Lestrade. We shan't enter Windbanks again today.
Why not? That's not fair. It can't be helped, I'm afraid. Police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Winterbank. But that disc's mine. I added for this code. I had the ticket for this code and it was in his code's pocket. And there should be something else and all. That's what that rotten cove said, ain't it? Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he? Well, then that's mine too, whatever it is. Oh, she's really pushing her luck.
Everything is mine. Mrs. Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your all for the day.
Yeah, and it's all your fault, Sholmes.
So, what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening?
Eh?
She's gonna steal the thing to make doors. Is that what's gonna happen? To make cat doors? Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain with a modest violin recital.
No, Tala.
Oh,
Why would I come around to your place, huh? Have you lost your head or something?
you know,
And off she runs. Oh dear, she's gone.
having reviled on me quite unnecessarily, I must add.
I-
Reviled?
Can't help but wondering, I don't know.
Reviled.
Perhaps she might turn up anyway.
Interesting.
She's had a chance to calm down. I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come.
Very well then.
Mm-hmm.
I'll inform Iris to set a place for our potential guest at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I shall be glad of your company later too.
Oh, sorry?
I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you.
Oh, how exciting. What is it?
You shall have to wait and see, Mrs. Sato. Until later then.
Well, let me just check one thing real quickly. Okay. Sorry. Oh!
Can we go to the suite?
The things to look at? No, we looked at everything. It looks
No.
like. Something new? No? Okay. Where can we go?
Now it's time for a cutscene where we have
Hello. Ah, Susie and Runo, come in, come in. Good afternoon, Iris. Thank you so much for breakfast this morning. Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already. Busy as always? I am. I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening. Already? You're obviously cooking something special, aren't you? Oh, yes. After all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Go on. You'll never guess. Ooh, those little eyes of hers shining. Oh dear. It is awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Ginny. Isn't that exciting? Oh, what a surprise. Yes, that's wonderful news. Whoa, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea. I can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional. Also, can you look at our backpack real quick there? Do you see the little bunny there?
Yes, and is that a little frog as well? I don't know.
It might be a mouse,
Could be.
but
I cannot tell.
that's Sholmes and Iris. They wear the same outfits.
Do you think there is a, if I go on Google, there is a great face attorney? There is.
I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate, are you, Mr. Naruto? By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Sholmes up to? What is he up to? He's just sitting there. Hurley? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back. Hello, Mr. Sholmes? Hello?
I beg that you won't speak to me.
Sorry?
I don't know who you are, but kindly take your lead. As you can see, I'm not here.
What? I don't know how to respond to that.
Is he so focused that he doesn't know anyone?
I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything.
Sholmes has tunnel vision like fuck.
Yes, I see. Really, he behaves just like a child sometimes, Hurley does. Mr. Sholmes and Iris have something of a parent-child relationship, don't they? Yeah, but the other way around.
Who's the parent?
Yes, except that Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it, I wonder what her real parents are. What's the matter, Runo? You have ever such a funny look on your face. Oh, no, it's nothing. I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Sholmes, you're wondering? Am I right? How did you... Oh, Runo, I can read it like a book. This girl is dangerous. Don't worry, you can ask me anything, I won't mind.
AMA with Iris.
Heck yeah, let's go.
Ginny.
So by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGillett case 2 months ago, right? Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although after the trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. You know, we're best of friends. Oh, what a lovely tale. Yes, now if I bump into her in the street, she runs away as fast as she can. Oh. And I chase after her down the back alleys. Interesting idea of friendship. And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I've developed. Oh. There are so many beautiful colors in the world. Ginny wants me to make a whole rainbow. I suppose this means you've let Miss Lestrade keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you? Yes, that's right. I got bored of it anyway. Hurley always reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now. Poor Hurley.
Ow.
Oh, I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been so long since she last came over. I'm so excited. I just hope she actually does come. Well, what's it like living with Sholmes? I'm sure you've been wondering why it is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you? Well, it has crossed my mind. That and where are your real parents? My mommy and daddy aren't with me anymore. Mommy passed away when I was born. And around the same time, my father, well, he had to go to a faraway land because of one of the cases he and Hurley were working on. Oh. Wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley? Yes. Daddy and Hurley were always solving mysterious cases together. She didn't mention that before.
Oh, it's gonna be really sad when she meets Giselle Brett.
Yeah. He wrote them up in his diaries. That's what's in the metal chest over there. Really? He recorded them all? So you mean it's true, Mr. Sholmes? You really did have a partner with whom we tackled some of his most taxing cases? Oh yes, I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it? So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father? Exactly. Hurley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest. But that only made me want to look even more, so I opened it up. And found your father's memoirs? Yes. So I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me. That's when I found out that the author of all those accounts was my father. So Iris's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner. Huh. Wonder who that was. I practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So it came as quite a shock when Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy. I mean, it must have done. I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you, and at such a young age. Hurley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me. Oh? Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. There are some things I just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes. Right.
Your father definitely wasn't killed an experimental poison paralytic.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, actually. I'd always assumed Mr. Sholmes simply told you all these thrilling stories. Oh no, Harry's hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he solved a case, it all but vanishes from his mind. Oh, I see. The other day was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It was quite a shock for everyone. We can say that again. You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris? That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson. I learned from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see. That's what prompted me to study and study so that I could earn a doctorate as well.
Let's see when Rinosuke finally...
Iris's
when
father
it drops.
went to some distant land and is a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson.
The court will now hear the trial of Rinosuke Naruhodo. Finally, state before the court the name of the victim in this case.
The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. That's right. Visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yume University. And the man who in the most bizarre circumstances lost his life just before we left Japan. Look.
Well,
Mr. Sato. Yes. Perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further this time. I think that would be for the best.
what? I mean, it is hurtful, but hiding from her is only going to be a detriment in the long run. Ah, my dear fellows, how good to see you. There was some water people around here that tried to talk annoy me.
Mr. Sholmes.
Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before?
Ah.
Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you?
We've been with you for most of the day.
Goodness, really?
Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed?
A violin? Whatever you're talking about, dear madam.
Did you leave it at the store?
Or no, I think he's behind her. We can see. He just
Oh, no,
forgot
yeah, it's
because
there.
he's so
I just
focused
forgot.
on whatever
Oh,
he's doing.
yeah, okay.
Never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you.
Oh, yeah, it's right there.
Behold, my dear fellows.
Aha! A piece of metal. Oh, another music box disc.
No, not another disc, Mrs. Sato. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence. Mrs. McGilda's disc.
Hey, what? Oh, my. Then...
Did he just
then-
make... Was he making a new one?
What's it doing here?
Like, he just...
You made it from memory?
Oh, yeah. You know, at times, Mr. Naruhodo, I think that so I have an undeniable talent for detection. I may well be more adept at larceny.
Wait,
Wait
what?
actually, just... But he has no blood.
No, that would be wonderful. That would be wonderfully exciting. I'd be a pickpocketing assistant. And Una could be our go-to lawyer if we ever get caught. Right. Plus, Susie's such a beautiful handwriting, she could write all the menacing crime notifications. Yes, I'd be delighted. I'm just going to pretend this conversation never happened, I think.
Let's talk about the disc.
Now this really is Mr. Sholmes' faithful performing partner then. The Stradivar... Scrapifarius? No, it's not good, it's gone.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
The virtuoso's violin that he found in a pawnbroker's and managed to buy for next to nothing. After all he went through to get it back, he's just casted his head on that chair. I was looking forward to hearing the beautiful sound it makes when Mr. Sholmes plays it. It does look rather sorry for itself though, doesn't it? Although... At least Royal High hasn't attacked it yet, even if his eyes are saying it's only a matter of time. Oh. Now we can talk. Now we can talk about the disc. Yeah. Nothing else.
All right.
All right. Yeah, I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard.
Correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this. Caramel.
That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes. Your one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken.
If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. I'll be taking the whatever it is, oh my goodness, down to the yard. Thank you very much. Hand it over.
No, yes, of course.
The police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow. We have no choice but to capitulate. It is all yours, Inspector.
Because it's a smear of caramel.
For the briefest of moments, I had a disc in my hand, did I not?
Yes, you did, but I still don't understand.
It was at precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars, just like this.
oh, that's what he did. Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right, yeah, he did replicate it. Interesting. That's amazing. The
Man,
disc and all
those are some soft bars of caramel.
Yeah, really though. I mean, who knows who keeps them, right? The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel.
You shouldn't have it near the fire.
Yeah.
Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know.
Oh.
You made caramel bars? Suitably soft for making impression, but resistant to melting. The result of precisely controlled solution. So it's fake caramel just to make imprints?
How extraordinary.
Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves useful indeed. That is actually genius in a mad way, and I love it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, it's very discreet. Take a house key, for example. A simple press, and its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without high sucrose nourishment.
Yes, it sounds illegal.
From the image, I was able to recreate this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when played. Let's talk about my gilded and see the music later.
Okay.
That feels like the most interesting part of it.
Uh-huh.
Magnus Magilden. Not a name I expected to hear again so soon.
Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Ugh. Mr. McGill perished within hours of the trial's conclusion.
I'm still hot.
Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows, still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash. Not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. And yet he was still able to check in a code at a pawnbrokery the same evening. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGill's innocence in the trial, the newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case. The man of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what happened that night. And although Mr. McGill was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not.
It would appear the case is not yet closed.
Yeah.
Okay.
He might still be alive, for all I know. Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes, what music does the disc play? I don't have a music box.
Unfortunately, no fucking clue.
No idea.
None whatsoever. I just made it. I'm familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows.
No, I'm afraid not. Goodness, you don't know, Bruno? Ooh. Inside a music box, there's a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. Small protuberances pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. The first music box to be invented used a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it. And you don't know which bump goes to what comb.
Yeah, but over time, a new type of player was produced, which uses discs, such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide, all around the globe.
Why exactly?
Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result.
It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music even when no performer is present.
But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem.
What do you mean?
As you may imagine, the construction of one's firm music box does not match that of another. And we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played.
Mm-hmm.
There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It is quite intractable.
Ah, I see. So that's why...
Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can hear, to no avail.
Yeah.
The results was equally unsatisfactory in this one.
Yeah.
So, I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe.
Okay. Every single one? That's Hurley for you. Always taking things too far.
Well, my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution.
But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it?
Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case,
I'll just have to kick you out to make room for the music boxes upstairs.
everything would go upstairs. I should just have to ask you to vacate the attic room.
Uh-huh. What? Well, it's time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here before long.
Thank you, Aris.
Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do.
think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Alan, why did I leave it?
Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker.
Yes, you may be right.
Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Winterbeck sent before. He said they had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he?
Did he?
Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom, were his words, I believe. So you heard about it, did you? I expect you were as incensed as I was. Oh yes, the idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Winterbeck's storeroom gathering dust.
Idea, madam? I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than the bank's vault.
And what about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure?
Technically, yes. Well, there may be the occasional mix-up.
Caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now. Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that basketball story, Hurley? Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should love to read it. Who said anything about a hound?
yeah, how do you know it's hound?
Huh? What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room? Susie, what did you just say? You said The Hound of the Baskervilles. But how could you know the full title? Oh, well, that got something to do with the telegram? That's because Mr. Sutter is such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course. But Runo, The Hound of the Baskervilles has never been published. What? When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet. I don't understand. That's why he said he'd keep it safe. Until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see. So that's why the manuscript is at Winterbank's. And yet, how could Susie here know its title? Well, Hurley, what's going on? It's a telegram, isn't it?
Ah,
Oh, what is it, Mr. Sholmes?
it would appear our guest has arrived.
Oh, how convenient. Miss Lestrade. This was a bad idea. I knew I were welcome. I'm going. No, wait, Miss Lestrade.
Just tackles her.
We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris? Awkward. Oh yes, just wait there, Ginny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie. Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please make yourself at home.
Her bag is already massive with all the stuff she's carrying. Don't stand in the hallway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some meadowsun? I won't take no for an answer. Meadowsun.
Meddlesome it is, then. Oh, hey.
Yep, she's going to steal the door making gun.
That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholmes' violin performance was in no way meddlesome. And Gina, as we came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from another without being noticed. Hooray! Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves well into the night. And then it happened.
And then everybody was dead.
Oh, okay, we look at the telegram now. That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it? Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine. And I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholmes' violin even now. Best of all, I bet I could steal all the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court.
This is
Now, Hodo-san, could I consult with you about something? I wonder... what's the matter, Sato-san? It's about the telegram I received. Oh. The one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose. I've been summoned. Okay. What? Summoned? What do you mean? Oh, Strongheart?
huh.
The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me. The Lord Chief Justice? When? Tomorrow morning. What? Then we have to start preparing at once. Oh no, that won't be necessary now, Hodo-san. I've been summoned alone. Alone? What on earth for?
That's not dodgy at all.
I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow. What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. I don't want any. Oh, who could that be, I wonder? Oh, good evening, friends. Oh, Iris, hello again. Let me guess, she has no way to stay the night. And Gina, too. Yes, she's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Ginny? Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea. You know, I've learned so much today. Oh, what in particular? All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful? Oh, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we? I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it. You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour? Well, you see, I came to return this. Oh, rude!
I'm
Wait, what? That's mine! Don't mind, however, did you? I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it. Oh yes, I'd forgotten. There's literally is a child genius. So anyway, here. You can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though. Thank you. Alright then, good night. Yes, good night. So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny? I think I wouldn't fancy my chances with a lawyer who lives in places like this. Yes, me too. Rude. Seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about. I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript. Yes, I suppose she probably does.
Move.
Hello. It's probably gonna be like, oh no, we gotta talk to Iris. No. Bruno, what are you doing? Look, I'm not gonna steal nothing, alright? It's all junk anyway. Charming. I suppose I should engage her, I guess, in conversation, really. Alright then. What's up? Gina looks very pensive over there. You alright, Gina? I was just thinking, that's all. I wouldn't fancy my chances with a lawyer who lives in a place like this. Yes, you did mention that already. Get off, did I? Well, nothing else really springs to mind, that's why. What's wrong with this room exactly? I like it. It's the mess you made. Alright, what about that manuscript now? Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you? Aren't you going to tell me? I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward. No, not at all, Iris, not at all. I don't know what all this is about, really, but... It's a story you made up, is it, Iris? That manuscript or whatever you call it? It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries. Oh, is that why it's a sudden nose, eh? Daddy's? That's right. I don't suppose I've mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but... My daddy was Hurley's assistant once, his partner. Eh? They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together. Is that right, mister? Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though. And Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I studied them and wrote my own stories based on what actually happened. So where's your old man now, then? He had to go away on urgent business to faraway land, and he'll be gone a very long time. So I've never really met him. Alright. Come to think of it, I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. Is that appropriate? Tell me about the doggo. Iris, this Hound of the Baskervilles story. I take it that's another tale inspired by your father's accounts? That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow from the other cases, I mean. Oh? How? I don't really know. But it must be special in some way. Because after I'd written it and I showed the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I'd seen him like that.
It pains me to have to say this after I've toiled over it for so long, guys. But the story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances.
But why not? It's one of my best works.
I'm not at liberty to say. No. So please do not ask me.
Alright then, I won't.
But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right.
And that's how the manuscript can be with Mr. Winterbank, is it? Yes. Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat, that does. He's treating you like a child. It's mean, that what it is. Keeping secrets like that. I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean. Eh? If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason.
Have you seen? He literally talks about a government secret.
Well, I guess that thing he cares about more than a government secret, right?
I know, which is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, if he doesn't care about a government secret, if there is something that he cares so much that he isn't at liberty to say, you can say that he's serious.
It's probably a huge thing, eh? You lot are too trusting for your own good. But you can't pull the wool over my eyes. Show me this line, Iris. I bet my life on it. What? That's rude. Hurley's lying to me?
This is back to happy face.
Okay. That's rather jarring. How dare you accuse him of lying? Do you know, what did you mean when you said that you know Mr. Sholmes is lying to Iris? Well, he reckons he pulled that mental script or whatever, right? But come on, that's obviously a load of rubbish. Oh my, why would you think that, Gina? It's simple, if that story was really no Winterbank's storeroom. There's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. But Hurley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it. Huh? Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, a lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. Aww.
You're a bad influence.
I'm telling you, that manuscript ain't a Winnebank's. You'd soon see if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That Sholmes is a liar like the rest of them. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. See? Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. What about your parents? Are they liars too?
My dad, he's a liar.
I've realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina. I ain't got any, have I? Never did have. Oh. Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us from the minute we're born. Not even our mums. But we all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by. So that's why you're a pickpocket. Nah, diving's my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift someone's some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how we all afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it.
I'm a nude.
Robin Hood. I do think about it sometimes. What it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I always thought it'd make everything right. But I haven't listened to what Iris just said. Sounds like having parents ain't always easy either. I mean, if you know you never had them, you don't feel like you're always wanting to meet them. It's true. I do want to see Daddy so much.
Well, maybe the longer you keep this from her, the worse it will be.
Yes. Oh my goodness, look at the time. I can't, I don't have a clock. Come along, Ginny, we should go back downstairs. Yeah, alright.
Actually, we do have a clock. Look above the purple chest.
Is that a clock?
I mean, it cannot be. There is little else it could be at this time.
I guess
This
so.
period.
And please don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you? No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina. You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist. Oh yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night then. Iris. Sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult, but deep down, she's still just a child. Huh. Well, I think it's time that I turned in for the night too, Naruto-san. Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris' father. But also, the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yuma University.
I wonder if there is a connection.
It can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on.
Mr. Naruhodo? Mr. Naruhodo.
That voice. That's Mr. Sholmes?
I'm standing hotly.
What's going on? It's the middle of the night.
It's Miss Lestrade. She's gone.
Gina?
She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris' room, but her bed is empty.
Well, Well, she's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no?
I think not. I'm speaking to her before she retired. I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Mrs. Sato. No, I don't believe that the girl has gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now.
Over an hour? Oh,
If you indulge me, look out of the window, my dear fellow.
what's this about?
That's pretty. Oh,
She didn't sneak off. She didn't sneak off to the store, did she? I was gonna say she snuck off to it.
to see if the manuscript is there.
Maybe. Wait a minute. Why is there a light under this time of night?
I'm gonna say I don't think she's going to sue it. I just say that she's probably gonna see if the manuscript is there, and then some
Maybe.
shit's gonna go down. That's Mr. Winterbank's pawnbrokery.
Oh, is there now a murder there and she discovers it?
Or she's going to be like the main.
She gonna
the
be the
main,
defendant?
suspect.
Yeah. Mr. Winterbanks. Oh no. Yep. Similar to that story was really an old Winterbanks storeroom. There's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words you, could know about it. So Iris, but if you ask me, sold it. Without telling you. Could Gina have gone?
You seem to have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruhodo.
Sorry? Oh, no, not really.
Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once.
Oh, Mr. Sato?
Oh,
That was her.
that was that. Hey, you sounded deeper for some reason.
It's past midnight, eh? Alright. The door to Winterbanks. It's open. And the lamp is burning. It must be Gina, mustn't it?
Let us hope it's nothing more sinister.
What?
Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside.
There's no one here.
Oh yes,
The calendar.
the calendar is bloody as fuck.
Ooh, that's a bullet.
And there is yeah,
That's a bullet.
there is.
What? Two of those guys.
Two of them.
Mr. Sholmes.
Was he shot?
But has Sholmes been shot?
Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo.
But.
After them, go!
Right.
Was that Popeye and Farquaad?
Blast. I've lost them. Hello. What have we
Hello.
here? Oh.
Oh, hello. Alarm was just raised from this pawnbroker, huh? Would you know something about that?
Officer, come with me. It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot.
No.
With the policeman close behind me, I ran back to Winterbanks.
Are you going to use the bullets inside of Sholmes to compare with the bullet? Oh,
Oh no.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Narado,
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry! It's Gina!